let me breathe. The air is leaving and I'm lost in need of you again. You break me down and you make me surrender. We are as Romeo and fell in love and promised we'd never separate, but it seems the time has come that you run my life with no hope to fight and no time to hide. I'm sinking under, drowning faster, please just let me breathe. The air is leaving and I'm lost in need of you again. Swore for this life we have chosen, we armed soldiers to a common war we fight, and to this passion of love we may fair out and die. I'm slipping further, we're falling faster. You're growing stronger. Let's not grow weaker than I know. You break me down and you make me surrender. We are as Romeo and Juliet. Behind said Isaac said goodbyes. Will we fall back again? Live by as Romeo and Juliet.
What's your opinion of today's workout? You enjoy it?
Enjoyed it.
Yeah? What about you, Kev?
Yeah, well.
Loved it, yeah.
Come again tomorrow, mate.
You will be.
Nice leg session tomorrow.
What about you, Mr. Cudworth? Loving it, yeah.
Good to be back.
Good to be back, isn't it? So, guys, where do I start this week, eh? I mean, the last week's video absolutely got smashed on views. I'm so happy with it. I mean, I did not expect it with it being such a long video. But, I mean, I'm clearly going to be working on doing longer videos again for the future. I mean, this morning to see that I hit 300 subscribers is absolutely fantastic. I'm so happy with that result, and I'm looking forward to producing more videos and content for you guys. So the plan for today is that, well, we've actually already gone out to the gym. I've just come back not long ago. I've got to say my arms and my legs are actually killing me today. We did go with a few other friends and that today, as you'll see in the upcoming sections. We do plan on going to the gym at least once a week. I've already shown in my previous vlogs that's what I've been doing. And today we're going to go through a bit of a play-by-play, and this is actually the second episode of the Let's Talk. So I want to talk about anxiety, or into that kind of realm of the mental health side of things. I seen earlier in the vlog, I actually started changing my breakfast meals and that kind of thing. So I've started eating just Weetabix for breakfast, trying to increase the amount of vegetables that I'm eating. We already knew that from earlier vlogs. If you've watched them, if not, I'll link them in the description down below. I would say that I've definitely lost quite a bit of weight up to this point. I've not seen the 22 stone mark since I started doing the vlogs, and I'm very happy with that. We have started to have weigh-ins on a Monday with the family, and those weigh-ins are actually for money, so there's a bit more at stake for those as well. Even though the health side of things would be really good, I do like winning money too. We're actually heading out now so that I could buy a new shirt, because unfortunately Nikki managed to dye mine pink when we last had them. So I need a new white shirt.
Just me and you.
let's talk anxiety. Now, there are many symptoms that can come up at the start of anxiety, from feeling that you're not normal to excessive worrying, but there's some others that can come up that you might not expect. So one of the ones that can come up that I wouldn't expect would be muscle tension. Now, muscle tension could be related to many different things, but if you've got the other symptoms as well, then I'd recommend that you probably would need to go and see a doctor or some kind of therapist just to make sure. So the other things that could come up are sleeping problems and irrational fears. Now, irrational fears might seem like a random one to be in there, but you'd never know when an irrational fear is going to pop up. Now, one of the outliers in this as well is OCD. Which is a problem on its own, so you never really know what all the different links could be. I would recommend, if you know that you have some of these symptoms, that you would go and see a doctor. So what can you do if you do think that you have an anxiety disorder? There are many treatments out there. Now, I'm going to talk about 5 different treatments. The 5 that I'm going to talk about are mindfulness meditation, muscle relaxation therapy, regular exercise, cognitive behaviour therapy, and exposure therapy. So the first one on that list was mindfulness meditation. Now, mindfulness meditation can be very different for a lot of different people. It depends on your outlook into the world, on how you're actually going to do this one. Anxiety can mentally exhaust you and have physical impact on your body. So mindfulness is about paying attention to everything that's going on around you, even in tasks where you would normally rush through them. Just be aware of everything that is going on in and around the area that you're in. Essentially what it is turning down the volume inside your mind and coming back to your own body. It's highly likely that you have all of the tools that you need to do mindfulness meditation at home anyway. One of the first steps for mindfulness meditation is to set an intention. Now, for many people this could be like preparing yourself before you go to the gym, making sure your body is ready for that, thinking that you really want to go for a good workout and that's what your sole goal is for that day. Preparing your mind for that. One of the other ways that mindfulness meditation helps is just by getting up and going for a walk. Now, personally, I would say that putting headphones in or something like that to distract from those worries and feelings of anxiousness, you need to have that little bit of volume going on in your ears. Even just listening to the lyrics of a specific song or something that you love distracts your mind and brings that volume down and brings you back to yourself. One of the last things for the mindfulness section is that taking your phone with you is probably one of the worst things that you can do. We're all so connected these days, and all of the different things that you can see on a phone, whether it's Facebook posts with people always sharing negative views, negative points of view, and then you've got Instagram sharing a really filtered view of life where everybody seems to be happy, and you're just trying to constantly compare yourself to all of these people who you see always looking happy, and you think, well, I want that. I want that thing that they've got. But in reality, if you leave your phone behind, you're not going to see any of those things. And then if you're out in the evening, I would suggest just looking up and looking at the stars. It's a beautiful feeling, and it just makes you feel so home. It just makes you feel home. I know that's a weird phrase, but that's all I can think of when I look up at the stars personally, and it calms my insides. Now, the next exercise, it is exercise, the next thing we're going to talk about is progressive muscle relaxation therapy. Now, this has been around since the 1920s, and it's been used for different things like anxiety and insomnia. There are many different applications of this particular thing that you can do to help yourself. So there is actually something we can do right now in the video for progressive muscle relaxation, and that is, I want you to clench your fist as hard as you possibly can and then count to 10. And then release. And what I want you to do is let your hand go completely limp and notice how much more relaxed it's feeling now as to what it was before you clenched your fist. That's just a little taster of what PMR does. There are many other applications of it, not just the clenching the fist thing, but I would recommend definitely doing some research on how that can help if you have anxiety issues. Now, the third thing on our list was regular exercise. Now, I can definitely say that I know from going to the gym over these past few weeks, I've definitely been feeling happier. Now, the past couple of weeks has been a bit more difficult with things that are going on in my home life and things like that, but I know that going to the gym is definitely a step in the right direction as to making someone happier. After being at the gym today, I felt brilliant. I felt strong and like I could do anything that I wanted to do. And it definitely spurs me on to complete these vlogs during the end of the day. After being at the gym, you just got a certain energy about it. You just want to be getting on with all of the stuff that you think that you can do for that day. It just brings out this happiness inside you that you want to progress and do things in a way that you don't normally do. So exercise, that's my advice. The next one on the list is cognitive behaviour therapy. Now, this isn't something that I personally know what it is, so I've had to actually do some research on the computer behind me as to what this is. I've heard of it, but I don't actually know. CBT is a concept that your thoughts, feelings and physical sensations can trap you in a vicious cycle of negative feelings. CBT in itself can help you break down the bigger problems into smaller chunks so it's easier for you to handle them instead of them overwhelming your mind. It's been shown to change the negative patterns in the brain and change the way that you're feeling. And unlike the other treatments, it deals with the current problems that are in your mind and not any others that are in there. So you're not focusing on issues from your past. It looks for practical ways to improve your life on a daily basis, which is something that any sufferer of anxiety can definitely do with. The last one on this what you can do section is exposure therapy. Now, exposure therapy is a bit of an extreme one in my opinion. It's basically facing your fears. So if you had social anxiety, then it would be dropping yourself into the middle of a large crowd and actually interacting with those people and knowing that they know you've got an anxiety disorder. It would build up those feelings and then you're facing your fears essentially. Now, the other things will solve anxiety problems in the short term, but it essentially means that if you're in that situation and you have to put yourself through it, then you will generally get better at dealing with those situations. It's not something personally that I would say is the best way to go about it, but it is one of the top 5 treatments of anxiety disorders. The bit that I'm going to go into is how you can help others with anxiety disorders. Now, there are many different things that people see as, and you think of anxiety and all you think is, oh, that person needs to snap out of it. That's probably one of the worst things that you can say to them. Clicking your fingers and saying you need to snap out of it definitely doesn't help the situation at all. One of the best things that you can do in the situation where you notice somebody getting anxious is to reassure them, let them know that it's going to be okay. And whilst you're letting them know that it's going to be okay, it's best for you to stay calm, even if the situation doesn't demand that you stay calm. If you stay calm, they will be calm. And that is the best way you can bring them back to a normal state of mind. I hate using the word normal, I know, but in this situation, that is what they want to be. You'll definitely need to be patient whilst doing this, and it's not going to work first time every time, and those people are going to need more than one reassurance, more than one it's going to be okay. You're going to need to constantly reaffirm that to be able to bring them back to normality. Finally, what I would say is do some research. Have a look into what anxiety is. It's definitely opened my eyes after doing this research today. I definitely don't know everything that there is to know about anxiety disorders. There's still a lot more for me to learn. That's the end of the Let's Talk section, guys. I'm going to click my fingers now like the video is ending, but trust me, it's not. We have a bit of an announcement coming up for this week. For the announcement, I'm actually going to be doing 2 videos a week going forward, and it starts from this Tuesday onwards. The video that's going to get uploaded on a Tuesday is actually with my film night crew, and we're going to be doing a Taskmaster Tuesdays. Now, my wife got me this book for Christmas, and it's filled with all different tasks that we can all do, even if there are some one-man tasks, some team tasks, different things like that. We're all going to be filming those and uploading them to the channel to see how we can get on with some of the challenges that this book actually throws up. I'm really looking forward to doing them, and it'll be a fun experience with some close friends. Okay guys, that is actually the end of the video now. Thank you for watching. Once again, thank you for all the support, and I will see you next week.
Separate, but it seems the time has come that you run my life with no hope to fight and no time to hide. And I'm sinking under, drowning faster. Please just let me breathe. The air is leaving and I'm lost in need of you again. You break me down. Swore for this life we have chosen. We are but soldiers to a common war we fight, and to this passion of love.